Hi there, you guys, and today I'm so excited to be showing you some of my favorite books and tunes from February. So, this is kind of a fun new series I started in January, which was just kind of telling you my favorite songs from the month. I'm often finding new things from students in their lessons, or just kind of flipping through all the crazy piles of books that are living in this dresser, and just remembering things that I had loved from the past, or we'll go get new books on a trip, for example. And if we go to a music store, I'll indefinitely go into the music store and look at the library and find something new that's in there. There's all sorts of things. So there's just a lot of new things that are generally coming my way, and I just want to share some of the tunes that I've really loved, that I remember that I love. I've written them down with you guys. So let's start with the books. This is not usually on my agenda. Pop songs, not usually on my agenda. But this is actually an old book that I had used for sight reading in lessons when we did lessons in person before the pandemic. And so it had been tucked away in there and I had just forgotten about it. But I got it out. It's for violin, but there's also an edition for viola, which is great. But even if you play the viola, I would recommend getting the violin version, because then you can practice reading treble clef. And you could even practice trying to play it down an octave. You can get both. It's $11. This book is $11. I'll link it all below for you so that you can just click on the link and go grab it from my store. I do have an Amazon store, by the way. We use this for Valentine's Day. There's all sorts of romantic tunes in here. Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis. My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic. Edelweiss, which is not really romantic, but it's just really sweet. Moon River is so magical from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Little things like this. So easy pop melodies. From my lessons with my viola mother, Hong Mei Xiao, I have been working on these Bach da Gamba sonatas. They're for the viola da gamba and harpsichord, but as always, and with many things, the viola has stolen it, and there's a viola transcription. So they're really beautiful. I've been working on the first one, BW 1027, and also 1028. I just really love this one. I like the adagio. I think that they're a little bit more doable than the Bach cello suites in some ways. Certain cello suites are just really challenging, but I think that these could actually be something that you could do before you look at the Bach cello suites. In some ways, some of the movements are harder, but anyway, I just have really been enjoying this. So that is the Bach da Gamba suites for viola and harpsichord, or viola and piano. And then from my fiddle teacher, Chris Hay, I have come across the fabulous book. We've been looking at this, Exploring Country and Bluegrass Fiddle, and I was playing Old Joe Clark this week. And one of the reasons why this book is such an amazing book is just because of all of the information that Chris puts in. I mean, it's got a great history at the beginning, talking about the background of fiddle music, and I really appreciate it. It all comes with audio. So I've been working on Old Joe Clark this week, or not this week, but this month, along with just enjoying the chapter one. I've been just kind of reading through all of the things in chapter one. The other night in lessons, we picked this up, this beautiful little Scottish fiddling for viola book. This was a recommendation from one of my students a long time ago, and for some of my violists in the studio, we've picked this up, and we were looking at this fabulous tune called Captain Campbell, and I really enjoy playing that one. I just feel like it needs to be played slower. I know it's a hornpipe, and we listened to a few different versions of it on YouTube, and it's pretty fast, but I always like to slow things down, so my interpretation of this one is much slower. And anyway, so that's the Captain Campbell. In our virtual studio circle for February, I played one of these really beautiful Chinese folk songs. My teacher, Hong Mei, said that she knew the composer, and so that was cool. I felt like I knew the composer through my teacher. And so I was working on this really beautiful piece called Lan Hua Hua, and it's for reverse solo viola. There's how many tunes in here? There's 8 songs in here. They are so beautiful. I just love the way that these sound. I just absolutely love the way that these sound. And in fact, with my other fiddle teacher, Julie Leon Lieberman, who I love to pieces, I'm going to go to her string workshop in June. It's called Strings Without Boundaries. But I was thinking maybe of playing a Chinese folk song there. It is a folk music festival, but it would be kind of unique to hear a Chinese folk song. If I can do it justice, then I will try to play it. If not, then I'll just do like a medieval fiddle tune or something. But anyway, if you're looking for something fun to do this summer, the end of June, the last 3 or 4 days of June, my wonderful fiddle teacher, Julie Leon Lieberman, has put together this wonderful workshop called Strings Without Boundaries. And I think it's been a music camp or festival or workshop for many, many years at this point, but it's in Massachusetts. And she's got an incredible lineup of musicians there to teach us all about jazz, blues, rock and roll, fiddle. There's even something for cello as well. And there's a concert the evening of the 26th of June. There's an open mic on the 27th. And there's some other things. I'm not sure if her entire calendar is up yet, but it is so inexpensive to come to this workshop. It's $375 for the entire 3 or 4 day workshop. So, and you can even stay on the campus for like $50 a night if you want in the dorms. But there are hotels around. You can stay in a hotel. You can come for 1 day for $125. You can come for 2 days for $250, or you can come to the entire workshop for $250. So I have to leave a little bit early from the workshop. I can't stay there the entire time because I have an ensemble class I have to return to. I would love to see you there. I'd love to meet you there. And I would love to connect you to Julie because Julie is so magical. She's such a wonderful teacher. So going on to favorite books I've discovered. This one, Sacred Melodies for Viola. This may also be arranged for violin, but I absolutely love Craig Duncan. Bach, Handel, Pachelbel, Bach, Gounod, Jean-Baptiste Fauré, César Franck, Mendelssohn. They're just really lovely, and they're for viola and piano. And as always, there's going to be something from the Blessed Cantigas Festival favorites. This month, I was really looking for something fun that's fiddly, medieval fiddle, and just kind of trying to see what that looks like. And so I came across this awesome video, which I will link below for you, of a little medley of medieval fiddle music. And it's by a guy who's playing an instrument called either a vielle or a vielle. I'm not sure how to say it, but it is so awesome. This medieval fiddle is just so cool. And so he is playing an arrangement of 3 tunes in here. It's number 11 in the book, number 101 in the book, and then there's one that's not in there. It's called the kettle drum, which you can find in the English Dancing Master on IMSLP, but it's really hard to decipher it. And so I just wrote out a little arrangement, which I'll post for you guys on Patreon, of the kettle drum. So it's a medley of 3 tunes. On IMSLP, you know, we use IMSLP a lot. One of my students found this beautiful concerto in the style of Mozart. It's not by Mozart, it's in the style of Mozart. It's called Violin Concerto in the Style of Mozart by Hans Millet or Millet. I'm not sure how to say his name. But it's beautiful. It's in first position. You could add some second or third position if you wanted, but it's just a really enjoyable, easy concerto. It sounds kind of springy and summery, is just gorgeous. So I've really enjoyed that. And then finally, one of my viola students has found this suite for viola by Vaughan Williams. And violists love Vaughan Williams because in his orchestration he always like gives the viola something fun to do. But this is an example of the opening to one of his suites. It's called the Prelude, and it's just an enjoyable piece to play. You can see they're called Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, those were my tunes for the month that I really loved. I have also been playing the harp. I've been working on a song in one of my recordings, my audio recordings, and so I'm working on learning different ways of accompanying the melody. So the tune is... and I've been trying to do... in the background, and my fingering is a complete mess because I haven't practiced it recently, but listen to the beginning. It's a little bit harder for me to kind of get around. I need to practice it clearly, but that's in the Cantigas book as well. So many tunes in the Cantigas book. Well, you guys, thank you so much. I want to know what your favorite songs were this month. If you have any favorite books, comment them below. If you had any favorite songs, comment them below. Any favorite books. If you oh, you know what? Where do you guys normally buy your books from? Because I don't know about you, but I've realized how important it is to actually go in person to buy music books and just kind of flip through and see what's there, because I never would have found a lot of these things. There's even more over here that I haven't gotten to yet. I just haven't looked at them yet. So maybe in March I got into some of the other books that I found. But last month we went to New York and we popped into the Juilliard bookstore, and they had this wonderful little viola music section, and I just had to look feverishly through each thing that they had there and see what was there, and there was so many things that I just didn't even realize existed. And I wouldn't have known that unless we had actually gone to a store so that you can flip through and see what's there. And also in early February, we were back in Arizona to see my dad, and so we went to Southwest Strings. And Southwest Strings, it has a special place in my heart. When I was little, not really little, but when I was in high school and I was really bored, I would take the bus all the way down to Southwest Strings and then just hang out there and flip through all of the boxes of books that they have, and just kind of have some fun hanging around the musical instruments and being at Southwest Strings. So we also did that, and I found some other things that are in this pile, which I haven't looked at yet, to show you maybe next month. But usually I just get books from Amazon. Sometimes I will buy things from Southwest Strings directly. I need to start doing that more, I feel. There's also, what are some of the others? Shar Music. There's... I don't know, I'm just curious. I'm forgetting a lot of the other websites because it's just, I haven't bought anything recently unless it's been from a bookstore. I've been so blessed to be able to go to a bookstore. It's so easy to spend too much money at a music bookstore, by the way. Just be careful, give yourself an amount of money that you're going to spend, and then don't spend more than that. But anyway, tell me what your favorite places are to go, either in person or online when you're buying books. I'd really love to know. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'll see you all very soon.